Okay folks, today is Sunday, May 20th. Just want to do a quick update of my aquaponics system. We're looking at one of the floating raft beds in my aquaponics system. This is one of three beds that are on the system. The system also has two large gravel grow beds and one bathtub sized gravel boat grow bed that you can see back there. And what I have in the floating raft beds in this one is arugula. And it's looking a little pale, so I'm going to be adding some liquid chelated iron to the system today. And you can see that the growth is pretty variable from plant to plant. That's just the way it goes with these, I guess. This is the second time I grow arugula in the system, and the first time I didn't plant quite as much as this time. I really like it, so I want to see and experiment more with it. So I planted a lot more this time. In case you're wondering about my rafts, all of this stuff that's growing on the sides, that's algae. The water that mixes in with the styrofoam there supports algae, and I guess it doesn't look that great, but it really doesn't affect anything. The plants are just fine. And then in this raft bed over here, I have spinach. I've tried spinach a number of times in the system. I've never had much luck with it, but I'm still trying. And the growth with this is even more variable than with the arugula. You can see this one's, that little plant's developed a lot more than some of these other ones. Also looking very pale. You can see the intravenous, the lack of iron there. And but that should be fixed today, hopefully, with adding iron, which is what I'm going to do right now. This is how I get it. It comes in a liquid form. It's available at the local ag place, and I just dump it right in here. This is a particle filter that's right before my floating rafts, and I just dump it all in there just like that. You have to be really careful with this because it'll stain anything. I mean, it's basically iron, so it'll give you really nasty colored iron colored stains on your clothes, so just a note of caution. Anyway, that's all I do, and hopefully when I come back next week, those plants will not be pale like they are today. In the other beds, this one doesn't have much in it. I planted some watermelon that I had. I have some vermicomposting bins, and I guess I had thrown away some watermelon seeds and those germinated. So I took some of those watermelon plants and I moved them into these gravel beds, and these are the two that took. I had planted some other ones over there and those didn't take, but 2 out of however many took, so that's good. So we'll see how those go. And then over here there's nothing new. This is just my aloe plant, giant aloe plant, some rosemary and some chives there. I ended up, I have some fingerlings in the sump that made it down there somehow. Somehow they made it through this pipe into this saran filter, and they made it through there somehow into the sump. So I have some fingerlings in there. Don't know how many right now. Here's the fish tank. Everything's normal. So anyway, that's all the update is for today. I hope that the arugula takes off soon, and I'm also going to be planting some chili peppers hopefully next week in part of the raft bed. And then over here in my wicking bed, I filled all of this up with more arugula. I really like arugula, as you can tell. And you know, interestingly enough, this arugula is much greener than the one in the raft bed. So I guess I don't have iron deficiency in my wicking beds. So anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.